Anyways, dear friends, Trump's administration has quite a lot of problems, not just on international stage, but also domestically. And for example, Politico is sharing information that National Security Advisor of US President Michael Waltz might resign due to scandal that happened in US when in secret chat of high-ranking officials, somehow journalist and was invited. Um, some strange story there. So active discussions about the future of the U.S. National Security Advisor Michael Waltz are underway in the White House following reports of a leak of information about U.S. strikes in Yemen. As Politico reports, citing sources, his resignation is not ruled out. Nothing has been decided. Nothing has been decided yet. Sources of Politico say White House officials have warned that President Donald Trump will ultimately make a decision in the next day or two while he monitors developments following reports of a leak. Half of them, administration staff, say that Waltz will never survive or should not survive. The publication quotes one of the officials as saying, other high-ranking White House aides believe that Waltz should resign so as not to put the president in a difficult position. It was reckless not to check who was in that group, chat group on some platform. It was reckless to have that conversation on a Signal. That is the platform where this conversation was take place between the officials when some random journalists end up being in that group. A national security advisor cannot be reckless. The newspaper quoted the official as saying, another person close to the administration said, everyone in the White House agrees on one thing. Mike Waltz is a complete idiot. Well, at the same time, another source for the publication pointed out that Waltz's future depends on how Trump himself feels about what happened. Speaker of the House of the Representatives, Mike Johnson, told Politico that Waltz absolutely should not resign. He is qualified for this job. He is trusted. He can be trusted. He said earlier CNN journalist Alina Trin, citing sources, wrote on the social network X that Trump has no plans to fire Waltz. In turn, Pentagon chief Pat Hexet denied the information about the leak, emphasizing that no one sent any military information in chats. So I don't know. Will Waltz resign? Will he be fired? But seems like there is some chaos, by the way, in Washington, and Trump's administration did not really stands on its feet strongly enough to face whatever challenges they have to overcome, and such a such missteps are occurring because of it. Although things happened. After all, I mean, Michael Waltz is also a human being, right? And humans do make mistakes time to time, right? Anyways, let's go through some other news. And well, RT is reporting that Mark Rubio, head of State Department in US, accuses other countries of blocking peace in Ukraine. That's quite interesting. He's basically indirectly maybe, but attacking US or NATO allies, right? European states that are controlled by globalists and are pushing for further escalation with Russia. So US Secretary of State Marco Rubio has said that unnamed foreign governments are obstructing efforts to end the Ukrainian conflict, crediting Donald Trump with the leading negotiations to mediate peace between Moscow and Kiev. Yet again, by the way, peace has to be achieved between Moscow and Washington, between Moscow and London, between Moscow and Paris, Moscow and Berlin, and Moscow and capitals of NATO member states that are actively involved in this proxy war against Russia. Kiev is irrelevant. Kiev regime in this regard is irrelevant because they are puppets of the globalists. They are puppets of the Western ruling class, right? So if we're being honest, then one should say it openly in US from Trump's administration that peace has to be achieved between Moscow and Washington, between Moscow and other Western capitals, because it's them that are that initiated this proxy war, and it's them that are actively engaged in this proxy war against Russia. Without their involvement, Kiev regime would not survive even for a couple of weeks, by the way. That's how it is. And we all know that, right? Speaking during a cabinet meeting at the White House before the talks concluded, Rubio stressed that the conflict needs to be brought to the end through negotiations, not military means, and praised Trump as the only one leader in the world that's capable of bringing two sides to a table yet again. I mean, is Rubio just messing around, or he don't really understands that US is part of the conflict also? I don't know, but these games when Washington is trying hard to position himself as a sort of mediator, I mean, this is counterproductive. This will not work, and they have to recognize this. I mean, acknowledge this, and sooner the better. Such a statement, by the way, and these games of Washington, when they try to, position themselves as a sort of mediators, I'm actually insulting for Russia, for Russians. Do they understand what they are doing even? Or maybe they are just that stupid. I don't know. And when he talks about these other countries, obviously, first of all, he means UK and France, because these countries are actually leading the charge when it comes to further escalation with Russia, isn't it? They are run by globalists, and they are spearheading this next further escalation with Russia, and Washington definitely has something to sort out with London and Paris, that's for sure. Hello everyone, if you find this video informative and interesting, if you like my work in general, please consider to support this independent media project from Russia. You can do it through several means, through PayPal with donations, or by subscribing to my Patreon and Boosty pages, where you can have access to full news updates. Links are on this video in the description box and in the pinned comment. Thank you.